Manic Street Preachers, If You Tolerate This. Alright, a lot of fun different sections in this song. What I'll do is I'll just go through each one of them, just right off the top, play right through them. I'll go back afterwards and give you a little more of a guided walkthrough with the details. Before we get to all of that, pretty please hit the subscription button. It'd help out the channel. I'd really appreciate it. Alright, and no further ado, let's get on into this. Okay, so for starters, the intro here, we have this cool wah effect guitar that's going on. You could probably use a phaser too. It's kind of the same deal. But it's just like this slow depression of it coming back and just a slow, back and forth with this wah while we're switching these voicings of what is essentially like the verse progression. All right, so you're going to want to, like I said, a lot of wah effect on that. I'll leave a link in the description for all the effects I use and all that. Okay, so wah, and we're going to do some heavy distortion and, put some like echo reverb on there too, make it sound real kind of ethereal there. So we're just going to hit this bottom of a minor here, just fives on the G, B, and E here. Like I said, you just want to strum those and give it a slow from low to high on the wah and just slowly bring it back. Okay, next we're going to move to an open E minor. Okay, so just the open G, B, and E. Same type of vibe with the pedal. Okay. Move to part of this F chord here. 2 on the G, 1 on the B and E here. Okay, and then we're going to split a measure here by doing part of a C chord. Open E with the 1 on the B, open G. We'll hit that couple counts and then just back to the open E, B, and G. All right. And during that last section there, where we're splitting that measure from the C to the open E, B, and G there, an acoustic comes in and it plays this little arpeggiated descaling thing. Okay, so that would sound something like this, where we go 2 to 3 on the A, then we'll hit the 2 on the D to the open G. Okay, so part of a C chord here. Okay, hit that 3 on the A again, back down to the 2, and we'll do open D, open G under it. So we're kind of doing like a B bass note with the open C under it. All right. So let's just try this whole thing up to tempo here. Okay, so we get these pre-verse sections, and it kind of starts essentially just as the regular verse progression goes, but we just end a little differently. All right, so, and this will lead us into the normal verse progression. All right, so it'll start with the A minor chord here. It's normal open style A minor there. And with the strumming, you want to keep it kind of like a loose shuffle here. Something like that, like a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That type of vibe. All right, it's kind of going along with like the drum beat. All right, 2 measures worth of the A minor. Okay, to an E minor. Same thing, 2 measures. Okay, F chord, a couple measures. All right, and this is where it shifts a little bit for this pre-verse section. We're going to do the C, okay, 1 measure. Okay, then we'll come down to our B bass note C chord. So essentially just taking that 3 on the A, making it a 2 on the A, and you can mute the D string from here, no big deal. Okay, that type of deal. All right, so let's just do this up to speed now. And now we get to the standard verse progression here. And like I said, it starts essentially the same way all the way up to that C chord. But the only thing we're going to switch is after we hit that C chord, and we're going to keep that C chord for 2 measures, all right? And after we get through that, we're going to go back, hit the F measures again, and then do the C measures again. Okay, so we just essentially repeat the F and the C twice, and we're going to end it all on a G chord for 2 measures. Okay, so I'll just do this up to speed for you. All right, and when the verse gets going, that wah effect guitar follows it, and then essentially it does what it does in the intro there, but we're following the verse now, so we're just going to add some more chords here. We would do our A minor to the open E minor, F to the C, and then we're following the verse progression, so we just go back to the F again, all right, to the C again, and then just finish on a G. And like I said, we just really need to worry about, the bottom 3 strings on this, and just kind of focusing more on what we're doing with the wah pedal, just giving it a nice swell every time we do a chord. Okay, so it would sound like this up to speed for you. Okay, and an interesting thing with this chorus here, the first time we go through it, it just jumps into this new progression here. It'll switch up after we get past the solo and into the outro choruses here. But initially, what it's going to do is just jump to a D minor chord, a couple measures, and you can strum this the same way. Okay, A minor, a couple measures. and then we do a G for 4 measures. All right, and like I said, once the that solo comes in, and we get past the solo into that vocal section there and into the outro choruses, this is the progression that just continues throughout the whole thing, and it's kind of a combination of the verse and chorus progression here. What it's going to do is it's going to kick in with an F chord initially here, a couple measures, to the C, a couple measures, G for 4 measures, all right, and then it'll just put in this initial chorus progression, the D minor to A minor to G, okay? All right, and it would just repeat that all the way out. All right, we get a cool little solo in here. Nothing too wild here, just kind of hitting some notes. So what we'll do is we'll just slide up to 14 on the G, hold that for a bit, give it some vibrato, come down to 12. Okay, then we go 13B to 12B, hit those 12s for a while, giving it vibrato. Here we go, 14G, slide that down to 10, come back to 14G, slide that down to 9. Right. And then wrap it all up by doing 5G once again, and then slide it up to 7. Give that some vibrato. Cool little solo there. We could do it up to tempo for you. All right, and after the solo, there's kind of like a verse section that comes in. Maybe it's a bridge, I don't know, but it's that new progression. And there's a second guitar that's just kind of hitting some accent notes going on here, and they sound pretty cool. We could show them pretty easily here. It's just going to be a 3 on the D, and you want to give all these a little bit of vibrato, 3 on the D, then we go to 2. Okay, 3 to A to 2. And then we're going to go open A, 3 to 2. Okay, slide up to 5 on the A, give it some vibrato. Slide that out to open A. Okay, and then just finish it on a 3 of the E. Okay, so just interesting little thing, paralleling the final progression there. All right, let's do this up to speed. All right, and the progression just continues, like I said, for a while there. And it just has this big, single strum finish. And all that really is we're just going to do a single strum on the F real big, let it ring. Okay, to a C. And then the G. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, Thanks for checking out the video, everybody. Like it, share it, leave a comment. It's always good to hear from you. Do me a favor and hit the subscription button. I put out a video pretty frequent, so you don't want to miss out on that. Check out the links in the description box below. I have really cool links for tablature books, all the gear I use, t-shirts, fun stuff like that. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.